do. What was it, Daddy? There we go. Okay. It's running. Yeah.
I should probably refill my superiority dice.
Huh?
I never refilled my superiority dice.
Ah. Um. I don't know how many of the other players reset it, but your temporary hit points that you had gotten at some point previously are gone. Just make sure you also.
Yeah, they're gone.
Okay. Also, just make sure that I know that Zach isn't the greatest at doing it or remembering to do it, but anything that I've given you, and oh wait, oh I don't have you on loop. That's why. Just make sure to reset your character to base everything or what you should be.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll start things off then. Hello everyone, and welcome to our night of D&D.
Yo.
Yep. We are doing something a little different, considering that
One of the crew is gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
I need to actually do postings too. Son of a.
Ew, why?
Well, I kind of want people to know that we're actually live. Yeah.
Nah. We don't need that.
We I don't know. We might. At some point in time, I'd like for this to actually be my job, and not what I'm currently doing.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Oh shit! What did I call it again? Shangnanigans. There it is. Well, seeing how again how it's just me and you tonight, do you want to introduce yourself and all that fun stuff?
I mean, I don't stream, so yeah. Really nothing to show. But you can find me here on Sundays when we do D&D and hear my big, dumb, stupid voice.
Hey, you have a lovely voice, okay? The fact that it shatters mirrors is beside the point.
I wish I could shatter mirrors.
Oh, the sweet, sultry voice. I think that's all the posting I need to do. I hope. Dear God, I hope. It's been a weird week, so things have been either put on back burner or been juggled around.
I feel it.
Yeah. Well, I am Wolfsbane1025. You could find me there, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. At this point, almost anywhere. I don't really do a whole lot on other things. I'll shitpost every once in a while. Literally, while I'm shitting, I'll just post something.
Yeah. True story.
Other than that, we do D&D Sundays, most Sundays. With work being the way work is, I might be able to start streaming again during the week. We will see. Yeah. If you like this or any of the other things that we've done, at least as far as the VOD goes, you can find it all on YouTube. We've got this is session 26, 25, 26, I think. So you
Is
catch
it?
all the
Oh wait. Oh, I thought we were further than that.
no, 26. There we go.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You guys have done quite a bit in 26 sessions.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah. You catch all the previous episodes on YouTube. You also catch our other show and odd one-offs here and there on YouTube. I'll put link in. There it is. Link in chat. Other than that, we've been playing Minecraft a lot on
Yep.
on the server. I don't usually stream that one. At least not yet. Still trying to figure out how to run some of these mods. I know that Gear does, and him being the hermit that he is, he lives like in what's about to be this cascading shadow of my base. So
That is true.
Mike knows how I build.
Yeah.
If you do want to watch any of that, at least as far as Twitch goes, Geared's thing is up in the chat. I'm not really gonna promote him too much. Yeah. So before we begin, Mike, was there anything that you needed clarified or had any questions?
I mean, no. I mean, as far as I know, Shang's just got a bag over his head and he's going somewhere.
Fair enough. All right. Well, let me do this. All right, chat. Well, we're gonna get into it. We will catch you guys during our break. I have no idea on how long the session is gonna go, and we're gonna see when it comes time. All right, chat. We'll catch you later. Bye.
Oh, we gonna find out.
Let me turn the music. Oh, okay. I'm in the wrong tab. That's why. Turn that off. You know, don't you just love it when Roll20 decides to open every single folder you got? I now know how Monty feels because I've got like 20, no, like 10, 15 different folders for like different scenarios that I have music set for, and every single one of them was open. All right. You want to try giving us a recap?
Oh God. Oh. Well, we went to the circus.
Mm-hmm.
All hell broke loose.
Yeah.
We shut that shit down pretty quick because fucking we're the dream team. We were summoned back to Willow and Doris's house. Not knowing the goings on over there, Shang decided to do a little recon on the inner machinations of the circus because he believes something nefarious is going on behind the curtains, as it were. And while the rest of the team went off to their house to discover that Doros was being questioned, and I guess they were trying to take him in, and he ended up putting someone through a through a wall. And well, there was a wall there. There's no longer a wall there.
Yes, there was a wall. Now there's just a giant gaping hole.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Valentine's Day not that long ago.
That's true. But yeah, he ended up going with them, and the team kind of, I guess, decided that it's best that they head towards the desert, I believe. Um, I guess Shang doesn't really know that since he was kidnapped by the people from the circus and was taken to who knows where.
Yeah.
Will Shang get out alive? Find out this time on Avatar.
So first off, roll me a death saving. No, I'm joking.
What?
I said
Oh,
first off,
God.
roll me a death saving throw. No, I'm
No.
joking.
What?
I gotta keep the players interested. All right, so yeah, that was the general gist of it. You get a reroll.
Yay.
Okay. Let's see. So yeah, so you went and stuck by the circus while everyone was doing their thing, and while you were there, the oh crap, what do we call him? The ringleader was going over, well, one, the cage that broke loose, that was holding the basilisk in it. You looked at it as well, and from what you can tell, it was more or less like tampered with, but in like a weirdish way. Like you haven't, you with your background, you've been in and out of situations. You've seen what like thieves can do to get through a door. This one looks like someone deliberately did this to let this break let this lock break freely.
Yeah.
And while you were undercover and watching the ringleader, you got hit in the back by 2 darts that put you unconscious, or more or less paralyzed you, because you were still somewhat conscious. And yes, got a bag thrown over your head. You were thrown into a cage, and while you were, best way to describe it, burning away the paralysis.
Using his ki, his inner fire, to burn away the paralysis.
Yes.
So that he's able to defend himself should something go down.
Yeah. While you were doing that, you were on the move. Like you felt the wheels of whatever cart you're on hitting the random rocks, because back then there's no suspension. You're gonna feel every single bump.
Yeah.
You even were hearing like the main gates, the bossing say, closing behind you, opening and closing, and the swaying of the water at hitting whatever you were on later after that. So it's been a little bit of time. The passage of time is a little weird to pinpoint because you have a bag over your head, but you do notice the difference in lighting coming through. It's not like a fully blackout bag. It feels more like a thicker burlap sack.
Gotcha.
So you kind of make out shadows, but like very vague shadows. And as the night came to, those shadows just became darker and darker, and you could tell that night did happen. And this is all again happening while you're trying to regain mobility. Oh, excuse me. I am burping really hard over here. Holy shit. After a while, you do fully come to. The paralysis has worn off. It's that like early morning, you've only gotten like 5 hours of sleep kind of feeling throughout your body. Everything is stiff, it's sore, it doesn't want to move properly. You've been laying in this very uncomfortable position for,
A while.
yeah, for a while. Um, everything hurts. Um, and as you begin to come to, you hear more shuffling coming about as the cage that you're in is dragged off of some sort of a platform and onto another one, and slow movement starts to happen. You know that it's slow movement because you could hear the dragging of, like, doesn't sound like wheels. It sounds more like if you were to drag a sled through the snow.
Mm.
Um,
Is it cold?
it's getting colder as night progresses on.
Okay.
Um, you get the sense that, like, there's nothing to block out the elements. Like, trees and hills are probably further away. Um, and cold isn't much of a problem for you right now because it's still kind of, you're on, like, the tail end of what energy you had to burn through all of your all the paralysis. So you're still kind of warm.
Gotcha.
Um, and so as the sounds of this sled being pulled um kind of not necessarily die down, but they become less and less noticeable. Like, you're throwing your hearing past the sled, and you're
Mhm.
kind of hearing, like, the surrounding areas. If you want to roll a just general perception check,
Yes.
and let me actually pull up the right part of my screen so I can see stuff.
That's a 7.
Okay. Um,
Great start.
this is this is Rolls 20's way of saying you got too many high rolls last session.
I guess so. I think the fact that I got kidnapped was the biggest fuck you.
Yeah. Okay. Turn that Okay, so with that, you hear the whooshing of the wind and the
I do. I definitely hear that.
um you're hearing that, and you're hearing, like, it's it's thudding kind of, but it's not like a clawed thud that you hear from, like, a cat or a dog. It sounds like whatever is pulling you is more padding. I think we did this actually last session. You remember that uh oh crap, rhino beetles, I think is what they're called, or beetle
Oh yeah.
rhinos,
Yeah.
are, like, the biggest thing that have no claw with the biggest padding on the bottom of the feet that you at least know of in the world.
Hmm.
When it comes to the difference between the world and spirits, who the hell
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah.
um and it's going at a fairly decent pace. You also know that these things are meant to drag or meant to pull a lot of weight. Like, these are the the rhino beetles are the equivalent of a semi truck cab. Like, they're supposed to be able to haul the amount of weight of that. like fully stocked. Um, which above game is a couple thousand pounds.
Oh damn,
Yeah. Um.
beefy.
Oh yeah. I mean, like the general size of these things are 2 to 3 times bigger than Naga, and they are almost all a bug's equivalent of muscle. Um. And as time goes on, do you try to sleep at all?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he'll sleep if he's really just waiting to figure out like,
What's going on?
yeah,
Okay. Well, for the sake of you getting all your stats back,
yeah.
I know you didn't really use a whole lot, but for the sake of that one, um, we said that you kind of doze in and out here and there throughout the time, enough to get you a full rest. But like every time that something shifts, you kind of wake up. You're sleeping, but you're kind of perceptively sleepy, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like everything is still very noticeable around you.
Mm.
And it's been since you started hearing the sounding of the sled. It's been a few hours, um, and everything comes to a halt, and you hear like the disconnecting of like chains and ropes and stuff like that, and light is starting to start permeating through your bag. Um, we need. Oh crap! What did I have? Um,
Oh no, people! Ah!
it is becoming early morning, and you do hear the sound of people getting up and starting to move around, and it it sounds like there's a lot more than just like a tent or a small caravan. It sounds like it it sounds like a small town.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the background, you're hearing oh crap, what billows starting up for like from like furnaces, from smelters, from people. You hear like the sound of like cutting boards, like people. It sounds like someone's making breakfast almost. Um, and it all becomes a little muffled as more dragging is sounded from actually directly underneath your cage that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And roll me another perception check.
Perception. 21.
All right. Um, it's a little closer to the cage. You're hearing the sound of. It doesn't sound like the same ringleader,
Mm-hmm.
or it doesn't sound like the ringleader himself. But it sounds like some of the other people around that you saw previously or heard previously, like those guys, the group of people that were taking care of the Manticore.
Mm-hmm.
You're hearing more of those kind of people, and they're talking about like, yeah, we found we found him back in Bossing Say. Um, he was one that fought the basilisk. You know, small murmurs here and there. They're not quite sure about who exactly you are or what the hell's going
Well,
on.
I would hope not.
Yeah. They just, from what it sounds like, they take orders. They were told to get you into the cage and bring you out here. Um, they just they talk about how quickly they had to disassemble the circus and get and pack up in GTFO, or things
Got it.
we're probably about to go bad. That's the general gist of what you hear. It's still a little hard to distinguish who's talking, just because you still have that bag over your head. But
Is he bound? Is Shang bound at all, or is it just the bag?
it's just the bag, because as far as they know, you're still paralyzed.
Gotcha.
Sorry, one moment.
I'm gonna keep making them think so.
A few minutes later, you hear the sound of what you can assume is the main flaps to whatever you're in, and from this you can assume is gonna be some sort of a tent. You hear them flip open, and the sound of the ringleader that you've heard his voice a few times. All right, open it up. Get him on his knees, and you hear the sound of the cage open up, and two sets of hands grab you from your lower leg, like your calf area, and drag you out from the cage and get you on your knees. At this point, they are gonna bind your hands behind your back, just in case. Do you resist at all, or are you still gonna let it go?
They're gonna do it behind his back.
Yeah, basically the same, like almost like cuffing you, just behind your back.
Yeah, he's gonna play prisoner.
Okay, so you're gonna let it keep going then. Okay.
Yep.
So then, yeah, your hands are bound behind your back, and the bag is taken off your head. You've been in this bag so long that it takes a second for your eyes to readjust to there actually being light. And as you're on your knees, there is the ringleaders in front of you. There are 4 of his men, 2 on the other side of you. As you kind of glance around, there's 2 directly in front of you diagonally, and then 2 directly behind you diagonally.
Okay.
And the ringleader gets down in front of you and lifts your head up by the chin and looks you directly in the face. So what do we got here? Huh? Well, you don't look like you're hurt or too much. Takes his hand, kind of brushes the hair that's kind of just falling all over the place, brushes the hair out of your face. So, I've only got one question for you. And for your sake, it better be a good answer. Why did you break the lock on our cage?
And kind of furrows his eyebrow a little bit. And he just very weakly says, I didn't break your lock. I was trying to find the person who did.
Roll me a persuasion. With disadvantage, because he is... Yeah, with disadvantage.
Ooh, nope. we're gonna do that again. Fuck. Well, that's even worse.
Okay, hang on.
Shit.
Well, you know, throw him back in the cage. Let's give him a little bit more time to rethink what he's done. And the two people that were in front of you, they like grab you by the arms and just kind of not super aggressively, but like orders are orders. You're going back in this cage. They grab you by the shoulders and just drag you back in. They do sit you down so you're not just on your back. But they leave the rope on your arms.
Okay. Joke's on you. I can burn that away.
I mean, they don't know that, so yeah. They close the door to the cage behind them, and the ringleader comes up. We'll give you a little bit more time to think. And he stands up and he leaves the tent. A few moments later, the rest of the four guys that were watching of you leave as well, leaving you to think, as they put it.
Am I alone?
Yes, you are currently alone, in a cage. No bag. They didn't put the bag over your head, so you could see everything around you.
He's gonna do that thing where he.
When they did that, they did take your sword away, but it's still in the tent. It's just not directly on you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's gonna do that thing where he takes his arms down around his butt and brings his lower half through his arms to get his hands in front of him.
Okay.
And then he's just gonna burn through the ropes.
I mean, doing that's easy enough. Give me a. Oh crap! You're dex based, aren't you?
Yeah.
Give me a dex check.
Fuck. What?
Double nat ones.
This shit.
I'm sorry, man. Okay. Okay. That's not bad. Severity on it's very low. You get it in front of you, and you're sitting there and you're focusing, and it you could feel it starting to not burn, but warm up a lot. It feels like rope that's been left out in the sun for a long ass time, and it's getting really warm, but it's like just on the brink of burning, but won't burn.
What the heck? Fire's not. Can I try again, or?
Yeah. I'll let you do it one more time.
Okay. There we go.
Soft 20.
Soft
All
20.
right.
He kind of just like shakes his head and like pats his cheeks and then just like, come on. And tries again.
All right. You do that. You definitely put more into it. With how it was, you even go as far as like going up to one of the bars and you give me just a little bit of friction on top of it, so it starts to wear down and start. There is smoke coming from it.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a bit of smoke coming from it, and you can feel it loosening and loosening and loosening, to the point where uh, you're sitting there and you're kind of like moving your arms back and forth, like on top of each other, trying to get it to kind of work its way out, and you feel the snapping on the parts of the rope that are closer to your wrist, and it you struggle for a little bit, and it finally comes undone, and the rope, it doesn't fall off your hands, but it's enough to where you could slide one hand through and then pull the rest of it off the other hand.
Mm-hmm.
And okay. And as you're doing that, roll me a sleight of hand. Actually, no, never mind. Wait a hold off on that.
Okay.
Um, as it's all starting to come undone, you hear the rustling of the tent flaps come open again. And this time I'll have you roll me that sleight of hand or deception to hide the fact that you burned these ropes.
Oh, let's do sleight of hand.
Sure.
Hey, I'd say that's pretty good.
That's fine. Nice. Okay, so you catch it just in time to where you still have the rope across one arm, and you just you quickly throw the other arm right underneath it, so it still looks like it's bound. But your hands are free, technically.
Yeah.
And in comes me. Where is picture so I can actually show you? Why did it not? Okay, well, you see two people come in, and one of them is a younger looking. What? Oh, why did I put that on the wrong layer?
Yeah.
All right. Is that showing up for you?
Yeah.
All right. So you see this lady come in, and for people who aren't watching and just listening, she is a younger looking lady. She's almost got like the monkish attire going on, where she's taking some clothes or long, almost crap. What the hell are they called? Wraps, like body wraps, and kind of draped them over her shoulders, and then coming down to her waist and wrapping around the waist. And then she's got a string of like not they don't look like pearls or anything. They look like shaped stone in a necklace around her. Well, yeah, in a necklace around her neck. Um, and she got paint streaking down from her forehead, over her eyes, outwards through her cheeks. And she's got like these deserty looking kind of sandals. Like open-toed sandals.
I detect an earthbender.
And yeah. And next to her, you've seen this before. You actually roll me or Arcana or a history check. See if you remember.
They are both +1, so Arcana.
Okay. You see another tiefling walk in.
Oh no.
And Luke, would you like to describe your character?
I
You
knew there was a
see-
reason you were online.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, go ahead.
I'm gonna boost your audio really quick.
You see a young man of a tiefling, maybe oh, I don't know, like 2 or 3 inches shorter than you are. He has two little stubborn, like Japanese ogre or oni horns coming out of his forehead. Um, his skin is a kind of muddled complexion, kind of like a koi fish, but in reds and blues.
Okay.
Um, he has kind of shaggy, unkempt hair that's definitely in his face. He has a sort of kind of like reptilian tail, um, not unlike a alligator or some kind of large lizard. And most prominently, he has two large ostrich legs.
Here,
Interesting.
I've got the pic.
Wow.
And he is dressed in just like kind of tatters and rags, basically whatever he could kind of get his hands on at this point, just kind of wrapped about him.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
And he has different kind of scales over parts of his bodies, much like again like a reptile or a demon.
I
Cool.
threw I threw a picture up on roll 20 for the moment. Right. Um. Uh, so as you're coming in, you're feeling uh a feeling that you're not unfamiliar with at this point. They did have to throw a collar on you, a little metal chain. So you the rubbing of that, it it's uncomfortable, but it's not like you don't really have a way of getting out of it right now. And Mike, as Shang is sitting there sitting there staring at them as they come through, you could hear the little bit of a rustling of the metal underneath his upper clothing rags. And this young lady that you see coming through is actually holding a plate of food, or a tray of food. Looks to be some like rice, water, and like little bits of what you can assume is some sort of meat. Um, from behind the main entrance of the tent, you could hear the one of the men shout out, "Don't let him die. We still need him." And
How kind.
and slowly she get these two. Well, slowly she kind of comes forward and she looks side to side, uh, sets the tray down, grab the key from her side, and unlocks the cage and puts the tray in front of you. Uh, Here, it's what we can spare. Um, Shout for me when you're done.
Thank you.
Yeah. And she stands up and exits the tent. You roll me an investigation check.
Investigation, you say?
Mm-hmm.
The 10.
Okay. Do you notice that she didn't relock the cage?
Well, Luke's character is still there, yeah?
Yes.
Shang's not really gonna touch the food quite yet. He's just gonna kind of stare. Not because he's seeing something weird, but because he's, a prisoner and is waiting to know what's gonna happen next.
Mm-hmm.
He's used to
Sorry,
spirit shit by now.
Fair.
Sorry, where am I in this situation right now?
So in front of you, you see the cage and you see Shang inside of it. And around you, you're inside of. Well, okay. So you're inside a tent, and there's like crates here and there strung about, and in the almost dead center of the tent is the cage with Shang inside of it. Now with the plate of food in front of him, and the little girl or the younger lady walked away. There's no one else in the room with you right as of right now.
Gotcha. So I'm just kind of out and about in this tent,
Mm-hmm.
um, in front of Shang, who's being fed. Okay. Um, I take it I kind of get the gist of what's going on here. Does he look like a new capture or something?
More or less, yeah. You're not
Okay.
100% sure on why he's here, but it reminds you of what they've done with whenever they capture new creatures. You know, like they'll throw them into a cage, they'll feed them, kind of doing the oh crap, what's that one syndrome where your your capture will become like your hero kind of thing.
Oh, like a
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome, that kind of thing. Um, the beginnings of that situation are what looks like it's happening. Like he's been captured, and they're trying to do as little as possible now to break him to do what they want. But
Fair
that's a little that this is the very beginnings of it, so you don't know if it's gonna make it that far or not.
enough. Yeah, I would probably be like just kind of posted up by one of the by like one of the crates, like kind of
Okay.
um I wouldn't really be moving either. Like I would just kind of be staring at Shang in the cage. Just kind of, give him like the same kind of cautious look back, arms folded.
Okay.
You said he has like chains on him?
You don't see them, but every time that he shifts a little, you can kind of hear the rustling of them underneath his clothes. You know the sound like chainmail gives off whenever it's moved.
Okay, so it's not apparent to me that he's being contained or is a prisoner of some sort.
Oh crap. You can make a. I bring up my own character sheet so I could figure out what role this would be. Um. A in I want to say either intelligence or a insight.
Yeah. I guess general read on the guy, like if he's here by choice or if it
Yeah.
was someone else's choice, you know?
Give me an insight check. Then.
Okay. CAX.
Okay. Yeah. I mean it. He hasn't really. He hasn't said anything to you. He's got the. He hasn't said anything. He hasn't really come close. He's kind of sitting there watching you. So getting a read on him isn't the easiest thing to do.
Gotcha. Do you have questions for me or what is this?
Just kind of like nestle back into the crate and just look away.
He just looks away, so you're not facing me anymore.
I mean, my body's still kind of facing you, but No, like I look at like the tent flap or something.
Okay. Are you
Excuse
looking
me.
for something in particular, or are you just keeping your eyes off them?
The latter.
Okay.
All right, well, Shag's gonna get up and walk out of the cage and go get his swords.
I mean, easy enough. You're aware that your bindings are done, so you just push open the rest of the door. I mean, she didn't close it all the way. It's kind of like a jar.
Mm-hmm.
So you just
No,
kind of
it's a
push.
door. I'm sorry. I don't get to use that one very much.
Fair. You just push it.
Um,
You just push it open and get up off your
I
feet.
see him make for the door, and like I take like a half a leap back. Like I kind of jump back, and I put one of my ostrich feet up, like kind of defensively.
Okay. Why did that stop?
I mean,
By
if
the
it,
way, I'm sorry if you hear dog sounds in the background. I'm watching my mom's place.
it's just ambiance at this point. The peel of dogs running around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, he's like he's squaring up with you as he's moving, but like it's just like with his body language, he's just facing you. So it's like he'll also take it like a defensive stance as he's moving towards his gear. But like he's not gonna like do anything if you don't do anything.
Do I see his swords?
Yeah, they were placed on top of one of the crates. Not the one you're at, but like other side of the main flaps from you on those crates.
I'm gonna die for the swords.
Okay.
He's also gonna die for the swords.
Okay. Um. mm, th-
Athletics, acrobatics.
this won't be for actual combat. Both you roll me initiative.
Uh,
Don't let that decide who gets to it first.
damn.
10.
Well, Shang, you dive. You see this tiefling dive for it, and you instinctually dive for it, moving as quickly as you can. And as you're in the air, you throw a hand out quickly to your side and kind of shoulder tap this tiefling away. And you reach out, extending the other hand, grabbing them, and you barrel roll, or not barrel roll, but you roll out of your dive and stand up with your swords, or get to your feet with your swords.
He's just gonna kind of stand there and hold them aloft. This is a misunderstanding. I didn't sabotage anything.
I'm gonna just leap back and just get into my like defensive stance. It'll look kind of silly, like it's basically like a really tacky like kung fu foot in the air, hands out kind of stance, except for the fact that it's a big ass ostrich leg.
Nice.
Um, and he's just gonna be like, just stay back, human. I don't want to have to kick your skull out or something.
Shang just like raises an eyebrow.
Done it before.
And then he just sheaths his swords. I don't want to fight. A lot of people could have gotten hurt in that circus. I was just trying to find answers.
Ow. Oh, that hurt. Sorry.
Look, I don't really know what you're talking about. Are you gonna eat that bread?
What? He just looks at the tray and then looks back at him. No.
Do you mind?
Are you a prisoner?
No.
What? Why are you here? What is...
It's also a misunderstanding. I like if you're not going to, I'm just gonna go. And he just goes and dives onto the food.
Okay.
And he just scarfs it down. Oh, 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 oh,
It,
oh my god.
it's not the greatest tasting food. It will it was definitely meant for someone who it's definitely not meant for someone who's specifically for the circus. It was meant for they need to eat to live, not live to eat.
Yeah.
But it's food, it's sustenance. You feel
You know, it's not the
it
best.
feels like it helps. Like it actually feels like it helps your psyche and everything. Like food isn't the easiest thing for you to come by.
You know, it's not the greatest tasting stuff, but it does put glue on the bones. You should keep your strength around here.
Where's here?
They call it a very long, vaguely Asian name that I definitely remember.
Uh, okay.
Luke, do you want to roll me a?
Oh god, I should have read it. It's like Lung C Max or something like that.
Let me actually get the correct spelling of this. 1 second. 25 or 24?
Because I'm assuming that like they don't have an equivalent of this where I'm from, so like I would be calling it whatever they call it.
Yeah, that's fair. Crap. Where'd it go? Luxing Moxie 2N.
Lung C Moxie 2N. Okay, see, I had all of those syllables and definitely not in the right order.
Okay. Um, for abbreviation, they usually call it the Moxing Circus.
Does Shang know at all where that is?
Well, it's still classified as the traveling circus,
Gotcha. All right.
and
From
from your history and from what you've gotten from previous sessions, you know them as like a nomadic circus, so they don't stay in one place.
Do they have like a place they go to like
Roll me a history check.
to like, you know, in off season or down season and resupply and shit like that?
Yeah, roll me a history check.
from what I understand, it's some kind of portable dungeon where they travel to all kinds of different locals and torture animals and spirits for spectacle.
All right, 15. The desert, just general
In the
desert.
desert.
There's not a lot on the desert or on the traveling circus itself. You just know that whenever someone sees them and they go away, they enter from any of the sides of the desert and not seen until they reemerge somewhere else.
Gotcha. Did you say what you said out loud, Luke?
Yes, 100%. Through a mouthful of like whatever food this is.
rice mostly, almost like a porridgey kind of rice.
So, are you part of the circus, or what you just said? It doesn't sound like you're too keen on what they stand for.
No, no, no. I would really like to not be here and clad in iron.
So you are a prisoner.
I mean, kinda.
They let their prisoners just walk around?
Yeah, is that something that I don't really understand what's going on here myself? So,
For a
um,
reason.
yeah,
Um, so
like,
in your brief time here, um, they're not worried about you escaping. Um, from what you've gathered, any direction that you look, leaving the desert or leaving the circus, is just vast open desert. You have
mhm,
no idea where the nearest water is. You don't know where the nearest town is. You have no idea what's past the horizon.
okay. So I'll kind of like stand up, kind of like pull myself up by the bars, and just. Well, normally we like stay in cages, especially if we're in town or something. But every once in a while, they'll let us out and, stretch our legs or hooves or whatever we have. Usually when they've parked somewhere real precarious and deadly, like a cliff or on the edge of a bluff or something. Or in this case, and I kick up like a footful of sand, vast desert.
How many other spirits do they have here?
Is that something I would know?
You haven't seen any other tiefling spirits or any of the humanoid spirits that you know of, but you have seen many other beast spirits. As far as
It's
how
uh,
many, you have no idea.
it's hard to really get a good idea. This whole place is a mirage of wooden poles and fabric sheets. I could easily tell you more how many I've fought, but there's definitely more than that.
I hope you've eaten all your food there. You hear the lady's voice come back in as she answers. Okay, well, you got to it before I did. Come on, follow me. And she holds the tent flap open and gestures for you to follow behind her outside.
Both of us?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay. He'll follow. Very confused.
All right. You step outside, and again, it's another hit to the eyes. It's extremely bright out here. Um, but all around you, you're seeing circus people. You're seeing a group of people. On one side, they look like they're practicing juggling from like hand axes, daggers, even small, like tennis ball sized balls, just kind of juggling, sitting there practicing back and forth, passing it back to from one to the other. You see a group of people practicing riding the medieval style of a unicycle kind of thing, like with the wheel, and they walk backwards on it. And they kind of move around that way. Um, you could hear the sounds of things hitting boards in the distance, and a slight whistle from like an arrow. You can assume it's like a not fully dedicated archery, but like target practice.
Mhm.
Yeah, like as you're saying, they're kind of getting a feel for what's around. Um, Passing in front of you guys, you you hear some, "Hey, get out of the way!" As an owl bear with a dude riding on his back walks right down the center between these tents, dragging like a crate behind it, in the direction of like the from where you're hearing like the cutting board kind of stuff. Well, you okay? She
I'm,
look
I'm,
looks you over.
I, I'm confused. Am I a prisoner or not?
Well, you're an interesting one. As she looks you up and down. That's what you are. Hmm. Where are you from?
Nowhere in particular.
Uh-huh. She's gonna insight you. Not with a nat one. Okay. Keep your secrets. But
I'm a
this
nomad like you. I don't stay in one place for very long.
hmm. You know, it's fair. We're all nomads here. But if you want any food, kitchen's that way. She points behind me. Again, same direction as the owl bear that walked by you just did. If you need anything, the equivalent of human resources is over that way, and she points in the opposite direction.
Customer service desk is over there.
Customer service is over there. The facilities are back there. Kitchen's over there. Your room's there. Um, they're gonna want to talk to you in a little bit, but get your strength back up.
Thanks.
Where'd it go? Where's your name? Oh God, where'd it go? Uh, oh, Well, do what you want. We'll come
Do
find
what
you
you
in a
want
bit.
because a nomad is free. You are a nomad.
More or less. Um, I got. I have to go practice a few things, but yeah. Bye. And she starts away.
Oh,
Well, begins away. My name's Tian.
Shang.
And she just
Shang
begins
just starts like scratching his head. He's very confused. He was expecting torture.
I sort of like elbow Shang and I say, if I were you, I'd learn to do what those guys do on the magic hoops. Worst they do is fall on their ass, and they still get applause. Most the rest of us are liable to lose a few teeth on a good day.
I'm not looking to be a part of the show.
Well, you found it anyway, I think.
Do I see the
But
ringleader anywhere?
Roll a perception check. You both can if you want.
yeah, sure.
19.
Okay.
6.
Um,
2 seconds fitting for a double.
First off, because I don't want to give away the name yet. Luke, you look around. You're a little more focused on figuring out Shang and talking to him. Shang out of your peripherals, you're kind of keeping an eye on what's going on around you, and just in the distance, you do see the ringleader. He looks like he's holding a bowl of food and kind of eating that. Not really paying much mind or honestly kind of giving a shit right now.
Mm-hmm. So he's gonna see him. And he's gonna look back at his friend, and just kind of give him that like he's about to start moving, but he's like looking at you like, are you gonna stop me, or like what's going on here? And he's just gonna, if you're not gonna do anything, he's just gonna start walking towards the ringleader.
You like take that first tentative step to see if I like stop you, and I like kind of like awkwardly follow you and stop when you do, and then kind of like put one hand on my upper arm and and then like you start going, and then I like kind of like jog to catch up.
Very awkward. I love it. But yeah, he's just gonna make his way to the ringleader.
Yeah.
Okay. You approach. Because it's Shang, I have to ask, how do you want to approach? Do you want to just barge right up to him, or you want to do it stealthily? Like, how do you want to do it?
He's not barging. He's not gonna do it stealthily. He's just gonna kind of like, he'll do it trepidatiously, but like he's not trying to like hide himself.
Okay.
Or his intention to come and talk to him.
Okay. You come up to the ringleader, and you catch him at a point where he's got like the biggest scoop of like rice and meat just going in the middle.
No, please continue. Sorry.
I am gonna.
What?
24.
Okay. Easy enough. I mean, there's people kind of wandering around, and again, like kind of groups here and there, practicing their tricks. And you just kind of fade into the surroundings, kind of like weaving back and forth between things.
Yeah, your bright red demon friend is suddenly no longer beside you and nowhere to be seen.
Nice. He respects game.
There are multicolored tents here and there. It looks like most of these tents were stitched together, of like different fabrics and different colors. So you got one that's like bright red with like almost like a teal that's just sewn together on one part, and with like a weird green here and there. So it's safe to assume that if you're not part of the crowd, you fucking chameleon your way to look like the tent.
Gotcha.
Oh, she let you out. Sorry. Wrong pipe.
Sir, I was telling you the truth. I didn't sabotage your cage.
I know that now. We got reports of other cages being sabotaged when we got back, so I am greatly sorry.
Seems like you have someone among you that might not be as trustworthy as you might have thought.
Roll an insight check.
19.
Nice. You see, you're new here, so you don't know our ways. I'll give you a little insight into this one.
You better. I rolled a 19. Sorry.
God damn it. Shit, now I lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry. Insight into how they operate here.
Okay, thank you. You see, we tend to pick up strays here and there. So you're not wrong. We have a few people here that have to get some getting used to. I think we might have picked someone up when we were back in the city. Don't know who yet, but not your problem. And he takes another bite of his food. He go for it.
Do you keep people here against their will?
People against their will is a very vague way of putting it.
You both hear a tent flap scoff.
Things not of this. New things.
Spirits. Yes.
See a little bit of confliction in his face. And that's where we come to a gray area. Because they're not people.
That's rude.
We gotta make a living.
Can't make a living with people who choose to be a part of the circus.
People have all their rights that they want. Again, spirits aren't people.
I think they would disagree.
Eh,
In fact, I disagree. I have some friends who are spirits.
do you now? And who are you exactly?
That's not important.
Mm-hmm. Well, fine. Keep your secrets. We're not due back to the city for some time, so if you want to get back, if you want to leave, that's on you.
What are you gonna do about your sabotage problem?
Figure it out. But again, that's not your problem.
I know how people like that think. I might be able to help you find them. Which is what I was trying to do before. Kind of gestures to the cage.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
It should be, under your hand or close to your hand.
18.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. We have a tent full of our broken cages off in the distance. May kind of points. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. He points. It's kind of hard to pinpoint exactly where he's pointing because, like, he points one way, and there's a tent. There are multiple tents that direction, and they're kind of like some of them you can assume are like hiding other ones, and it's almost like a back alley, like a weaving back and forth kind of thing. And he points in another direction. And he's like, all right, you go down there, you go around that tent there, and he more or less gives you directions on how to get to a tent.
Okay.
If you find anything, do give me a heads up, please. I'd hate
Sure
for
thing.
another incident to happen.
He just nods and makes his way.
All right. So you proceed to the tent.
Yep.
Luke, do you follow behind, or do you?
As Shang goes to turn around, I'd like to, using my 24 in stealth previously, I'd like to sneak around to the back of this man and slowly choke him to death with my chains.
Okay, hang on.
The ringleader?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on 1 second. Fuck. Roll.
That escalated quickly.
God damn.
I mean, if you don't want me to, I don't have to. But that's what I'd like to do.
Roll me a. Oh shit! What would that be? Jesus Christ. Roll me an unarmed strike.
I don't have. Do you want me to use my kick?
Yeah.
For modifier sake.
Yeah, for modifier sake, go ahead and roll your kick.
21.
Jesus Christ. Okay. God damn it. Hang on. I wasn't expecting this. Let me get my notes out. All right, roll your. Okay, this is how this is gonna go. So you sneak up behind him as quickly as you can, and so your chains aren't really big. They're not like holding any particular part. You just got a collar on with like a few links on it. So you go up behind him and you try to choke him out, and as you go to choke him out, he turns and sits back down quickly enough to get underneath your arm and starts eating his bowl of rice again. And you lurch forward and you kind of stumble past him.
Does he notice me? Cartoonishly, like, does he just avoid me?
Cartoonishly, he's just avoiding you. Like to him, it felt like just a gust of wind, kind of just brushed past him.
Okay. I'm gonna turn chibi for a second and get like one of those big sweat drops, and then I'm gonna rush out of the tent and catch up with Shang.
Okay.
I didn't see any of that happen.
You could roll a perception.
Nah.
Okay. So no, you're a little more hard pressed on getting to that tent.
Yeah.
Right. Shane, you get around the corner of the other tents and you find the entrance to the one that the ringleader was pointing you to, and your tiefling friend with hard quotations for friend um catches up to you. And you enter the tent.
Mhm.
Why are you trying to launch again? What the fuck? Sorry,
What do
OBS is like, let's launch again. But you're already running. Why? Oh, I forgot. Okay. I also forgot to turn Luke's thing on. So that's my mistake.
Oh my.
Alright, so you step inside the tent and there are just cages. Empty cages all over. Some of them big, some of them small, some of them small enough where they're almost the size of a small moving box.
A small what?
Moving box.
Okay.
Some of them are big enough to where you could easily picture Naga being inside of this with plenty of room. Like these things are like big.
He cringes at the thought of that. But then he realized no, he knows that it couldn't contain her because she can bust through metal.
Mhm.
And then he chuckles because he remembers that she can do that.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to see them try and keep her prisoner here.
Who now?
What? Oh, where did
What?
you
Been-
go? Oh. Respect.
God damn it.
I too have a +8 to stealth.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
It's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it is pretty nice, unless I roll a nat
Like-
one. And it
Yeah,
sucks.
it, like usually like it lets you slip out of like awkward social encounters if you need to. It's really great.
Yeah, do you have a lot of those?
No.
Yeah, I just had one, in fact.
Hey, look, a distraction.
Oh, where?
Gone.
But yeah, he'll go and look at some of the cages,
All right.
busted ones.
Okay. Roll at me a investigation.
Investigation. Now that I actually can.
Mm.
19. Yeah, baby.
All right. So most of these cages look like they've been tampered in the same fashion. It's primarily done on the actual lock and not like any of the structural parts of it. There are a few that look like there's still parts of something metal wedged in a few of these, like right in the actual lock itself where like the key would go. There's something wedged in there. On many of them. Just for clarification, there's probably about like 15 to 20 broken cages in here. Some of them look like it was the hinges that looked like they were. One of them was just missing the bolt, just straight up missing the bolt that holds the hinge on. One of them looks like a bar, but the bar that actually has the I don't know what's actually called, but it's the actual piece of metal that comes off of a door that goes across to the loop part that you hook the lock into.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like someone's taken that and somehow bent that inwards, like into the door. so that if the door were to close, that's just so far away it can't do anything. Yeah, more again, just more locks are destroyed. Are you looking for something in particular?
Gosh, like, I mean, his first initial thing he was looking for was whether or not fire was involved, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
No, it doesn't. Being I don't want to call you exactly an expert, but being a firebender yourself, you're not seeing any scorch marks. If there were scorch marks like that, with that being so small, they might have actually just kind of flicked away. Some of these look like some of these cages look like they've been sitting here for a while. Some of them look like they're brand new.
Gotcha.
And then also with the heat and it being the desert, some of them look like they've been sitting outside. They've got a little bit of weathering going on to them. Any of them that have got like wooden bottoms look like the bottoms of them of almost like the damage that you'd see from like termites or mildew. Old age is worn down. There's like splintery parts off of them.
Sand degradation.
Yes.
Or erosion or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
Now the locks where the metal pieces are stuck in, does that look like it was a failed attempt, or that whatever they were trying worked?
Some of them look like they worked. Some of them look like whatever was intended was correct. Failed the way that it was intended to. Some of them look like even if they were to wedge something into there and snap it open, some of them look like the pins. If you ever look at an actual uh lock, fuck, what, why can't
A tumbler.
yeah, thank you. Like the tumblers on them, even if they were to wedge something in there, it looks like they'd still hold. But some of the ones look like they wouldn't. Like you could almost pull them right off.
As you are getting a good look at one of these locks, the tiefling is currently inside that cage specifically and is just kind of holding the bars in front of your face.
Do you
They just kind of
know anything about this?
Oh, I know they got Big Boss real upset. Do I know anything about this?
Let's see, roll me a. Well, actually, about what specifically? Like about the locks malfunctioning, about what could have done it. Like, what are you trying to get?
Like I'm assuming I've just heard like the kind of the same rumors that like Shang already knows. So just something's been messing with the cages. But like I would I have seen who did this, or like, you know, can I tell like what, like, judging by this damage, what kind of thing would have made this?
So you wouldn't have seen one have done this. You're too new to the circus to have seen it. You have heard murmurs here and there that, you know, like they some of the circus people have taken something out to go practice or train, or their words is training or practicing, but who the fuck knows? And that when they got out there, the thing that they were working with wasn't being held correctly in the cage. It either broke out or the lock wasn't on there, so they came back to swap out cages.
The word is that this happened trying to contain something. I guess they didn't quite hold it properly, or got it spooked or something, or the cage was just too flimsy for what they were trying to put in it. And it kind of busted up this door trying to get out. They had to use a different cage. By the look of it, they had to go through a few of them.
I mean, the reason I'm here is because they thought that someone was tampering with them, making them unstable for what was being held within.
Mm.
Shang, roll me a history. Just general history.
History. General history?
Mm-hmm.
9.
Okay. As you're thinking back to what you saw at the circus, a flash of Lila goes through your head.
A flash of what?
Lila,
Lila?
the banshee.
Was it Lila?
Is that a name I would know?
Yes, actually, it would be a name that you'd know. Uh, she she was part of Ko's army. She was part of. Actually, you would know of Victor and Krug as well. You would know that she was actually one of Victor's. Not they're not generals because they don't have ranking as far as that group goes, but she was like one of his higher subordinates in that sense. You would know that she is a banshee. Banshees are known as the whispers of the spirit world. Like they could go through almost any solid object. The
Um, yeah, the tiefling just kind of shudders and he's just, you, you know that witch?
Yeah.
You also know that her scream can kill a man.
I've run
One of
into her
the,
a few times now.
she's one of the head honchos for Ko's army.
No.
No.
For Victor. Victor was one of his head honchos. She was a little step below him.
Yeah, so that still makes her right, like a boss.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Since you don't have any other ranks.
Yeah. No. That's fair.
Yeah. Right.
Do I know the hierarchy there between?
Not a whole lot.
I don't think it was ever knowledge for us that they were connected in any way.
Um.
Or was Victor and Krug there when we met her the first time?
Victor and Krug were there the first time because they were the ones that kind of after Rinzu proposed soup to her, she calmed down. Victor and Krug took her down to the room and kind of kept her
Right.
at bay.
Gotcha.
In this army, your rank is directly proportionate to how much money you make in Papaco.
And where do you fall in line with Ko?
I mean, guy's kind of bad news, but You know, he's more the sort of thing you step out of the way of. I don't really associate with him and his people.
Shang remembers the time he saw him in a cave and immediately booked it. yeah, yeah, yeah.
For anyone that wants to know what
Vietnam flashbacks.
for anyone that wants to know what we're talking about, you can either find the video, or there is actually a clip of that one for like 30 seconds of run.
Get the fuck out.
No, I'm I'm not really associated with anyone like that. I'm what you would call a wild and free spirit.
See. Yeah, Victor and Krug seem to be like that too.
What are you talking about?
It's just some other.
Victor and Krug are other spirits in Ko's army. Like Lila's like here, like puts his hand at like eye level, and like Victor and Krug are like way up here.
Well, not anymore.
Just kind of tilts his head sideways. What?
They used to be, but they left.
That doesn't happen. Those aren't free spirits. Those are dead men.
That was the thing, right? Like they left because they didn't want to be part of Ko's army anymore.
Figures told you guys that he did his time and he got out, more or less. Like he's done what he could to step away. And
Yeah,
and Krug being his legit like right hand man followed suit.
They had their fill of it. They didn't want to be a part of it anymore, so they walked away.
So what? They're just decent people now. They're good guys after all the stuff they do for their boss.
I mean, I don't really know how you can. It's up to them whether or not they feel like they're redeeming themselves for the things that they've done, but I mean, they traveled with us for a time. They helped us help people.
Well, that's a real heartwarming story. And you know what? I am more interested in that bridge you were talking about, the one you had for sale.
What?
What?
You guys never heard that one? Tell me more about that bridge you had for sale.
No.
No.
Oh.
Above game, no.
Oh, okay. He's basically saying you're full of shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. I guess believe what you want to believe. Not here to tell you otherwise. He's gonna just kind of keep looking around at all the other cages.
You're still getting all the same kind of.
Yeah,
I've described it. It's all. That's what you're getting.
Hey, can you let me? Oh, right, it's broken.
Well, I mean, doesn't seem there's a lot here to really put together other than general sabotage.
Sabotage.
So I guess he's just he's gonna leave the tent and just kind of get the lay of the land.
Okay.
He's gonna try and see if he can pinpoint where he is in the desert, which may be impossible, but
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna have you roll. You look up and you kind of get like a glimpse at the sky. It's direct sunlight, so when you start to look up, you can't even look up fully because of how bright the sun is.
mhm.
You kind of look. You do what you can to look past the tents, and it's just open desert as far as I can see in any direction you look in.
Do you know whereabout in the desert we are?
Oh yeah. I think if you yeah, you see how the sun is coming down over that dune right there? I think that puts us just east of human world BS.
God damn it, Luke.
Great, thanks.
Yeah.
He's just gonna he's just gonna go and find someone else who's helpful.
What? Why don't you know where we are? Isn't this your home?
I was brought here with a bag over my head.
Ugh,
You know,
be
the whole
great if I was like.
prisoner thing.
It's times like this that makes me wish I was born like one of those earthbender spirits or something like that. Dig through the ground or swim through the earth, whatever they do. Breathe mud.
Yeah. He just turns around again and starts walking towards someone who looks like they know anything about anything.
Okay. What? Roll a art.
Someone who looks like they have a general understanding of this place.
Okay, first roll an Arcana check to try and figure out what the fuck this tiefling means about Earthbender spirit.
6.
There are Earthbender spirits? What the fuck? What? That's a thing?
I imagine it's a thing. Aren't like, well, I don't know. I don't think there are any in the show.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, no, it just kind of brushed off. All right, so you look around. Most of these people, several of them don't really pay you much mind. There are a few of them that are kind of just wandering about. Looks like they're moving either goods or setting up more structural support for some tents. There's one gentleman who's taking a break. Kind of looks like he's holding a crap. What are they called? Not a stein, but like a flat, more of a flask of
Mhm.
what you would assume would be water, possibly.
Or something stronger, mayhaps.
Mayhaps.
Yeah, he'll just kind of approach that person.
Uh, uh, yeah.
Sorry to bother you. You wouldn't
Uh,
happen to know where in the desert we are?
uh, hang on. Let me consult the map. And he takes the tap off the glass and drinks some of it. All right. So we're out in the middle of who the fuck knows.
Thank you for your
Sorry,
time.
hang on. Let me look at the, let me look at the map again. Oh yeah. uh, uh, As the DM, let me consult the map really quick.
It's like, are we closer to the Oasis? Are we closer to Omashu? Are we closer to Full Moon Bay? Like, what's?
Yeah, because I've got a map that I've actually got to keep track of as well.
Also, does this guy look drunk?
Um, it looks like he's working on it.
Oh
He's
my God.
trying to be.
He's trying to be.
Can I maybe stealthily put an end to that?
Sure. Hang on.
Sleight of hand.
Yes, sleight of hand.
It's an 8.
Yeah, no, that's a 7 on the die.
Nice.
Oh God, where'd my map go? God, son of a bitch! I need to go get a new one. I lose this shit all the time. Ugh. Sorry. What? Oh, right, where we're at.
Did I see that just happen? Like him
Uh,
doing something to this guy and then the guy not seeing him do it?
well, perception.
Oh my
9.
God. Yeah, you totally see me steal his fucking whatever he's drinking. Just
I guess what I'm trying to gauge is whether or not this guy can see you, or
Well,
if anyone can see you.
well, considering that he's working on being drunk, you get the feeling that you're not sure with him specifically, but you do see that your tiefling friend kind of pulled the flask away and moved it.
Shang pokes his
how
face.
pokes whose face?
Luke's character's face.
Yeah, it's a face.
you what?
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna poke your face to see if you're tangible.
Yeah, I mean, it's a face. You could definitely poke the face.
Would try it. I would like. I'm not gonna roll for the attack, but I'm gonna like just ostrich kick at your hand.
Okay.
He's just gonna put his hands up and just look back at the dude.
Yeah, so you go to poke his face, and he kind of like smacks your hand away, not in like a
Aggressive way, but more like a what are you
Don't-
doing?
like-
Stop.
like don't do that.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop,
Like
stop,
totally
stop.
like a bird, like just a lazy stop.
Yeah. No, I mean like everything that you're seeing when it comes to Luke's character seems like he's tangible. He seems to be there.
Okay.
Like he even looked down at the ground and there's prints. Like he doesn't have he has ostrich feet, so there are kind of God, ostriches got those weird, like they got one long toe, like one stubby toe kind of thing, almost like a weirdly
Yeah.
shaped V. And
Yeah.
you do see that kind of here and there. There is some wind, not a whole lot because there's actually stuff to block the wind, but there is a little bit of gust. So like you see a print here. You look back a little further. It looks like some of the sand's been kind of pushed into a direction to cover up, but like you look past that, there's another print here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same with your feet too.
Gotcha.
I pocket the bottle of alcohol and it doesn't fall to the ground.
I guess for that you could add a flask of
Strong water.
yes, we'll say a half flask of strong water.
Okay.
But yeah, he'll refocus back on the guy with the guy who's no longer trying to get drunk.
All right. He rubs his eyes really quick and looks back at you. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Where's north? That way. Okay. So if you walk that way, and he points more towards like the west, or he points western. If you walk
Mm-hmm.
that way a couple of days, you'll come across Omashu. If you walk, where am I? That way, and he doesn't turn around, but he like throws his hand up behind him and points his finger directly behind him, more southern. If you walk that way, you climb across this place called the Misty Palms Oasis. Oh, that's a fun one. We haven't been there in a while. We should go back there one day. God, we could get so drunk. Oh, right. Huh?
Yeah.
I need a new flask. He stands up. I'm gonna get a new flask, and he starts walking away, talking to himself about getting a new flask. Oh,
Make good choices.
throws his hands up, like waving you off, like what, whatever. Alcohol that way. Let's go.
Well, so you gave him a general. So based on that, I'm somewhere between Omashu and Misty Palms Oasis.
Yes.
Am I at where the bottom of the eye is in Siwang Desert? Maybe the bottom of the W at the Siwang Desert.
Let's see if this will come up.
Oh, somewhere over there.
No, I'm just making a circle. You are somewhere in that radius, or in that circle.
Okay.
Where
Okay.
exactly, you're not gonna get an exact location. It's just general that way. He is drunk, so you kind of have to take what he says with a grain of salt, because who knows if that's 2 days worth of walk, or if that's 2 days worth of walk.
Gotcha.
And what do these people consider as walking?
Well, first of all, fuck. Second of all, now I know that the party has expressed interest in going to the library, but I don't think the urgent nature of what happened prior to his kidnapping would give him any indication that general desire to go there has been expedited.
Yeah.
So, he is also probably of the mind that his stubborn party members are probably on their way to try and save him.
That's a good assumption.
At least 2 of them are stubborn enough to try to go for it. Other 2, you're not sure.
Yeah.
One of them might have cried themselves to sleep about it.
Oh. Was it Brutus? Is it because he loves him?
God, you guys are really trying to make that ship.
Only outside of game, not inside.
Just Shang dreaming about being held in Brutus's big burly arms.
Oh, God. All right, back to the game, guys.
I guess he's gonna look around for other spirits.
Okay.
Pulls out the flask.
All right.
Not those spirits.
So, give me a survival.
Survival. 17.
Okay, so you've got a somewhat of an idea on how to determine the distinguish difference between a spirit and a non-spirit. I mean, with some with some brevity here and there, like there are some that you're not going to know of just because you haven't explored every single region of this world. And the spirits are kind of like a newer kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so as far as like the spirits that you know of, you do see a few of them that are kind of around. Uh, or you could hear a few of them because they don't sound like regular creatures. Really. Walking around, you hear some fluttering of like wings, and some of them sound like they could be almost like butterfly wings, but these are two. You could distinguish the fact that these are actual wings and not just like something smaller. Um, you look inside the tent and you see a a small bluish purpley kind of almost like smooth scaly, like kind of like snakeskin, like lizard kind of thing with these wings that are almost twice the size of its body.
Do
Dang.
I know what this is?
Roll a Arcana with advantage, just because you are a spirit.
Advantage.
20.
Oh,
You,
man.
you would know these as fairy dragons.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Shang runs out. Everybody run!
Devious little creature.
Mm-hmm. Um, in that same tent, in a cage next to it, kind of it's a little bit of a bigger cage. It's more like a mass bird exhibit, or not exhibit. A cage meant to hold like multiple birds in it. You see, there's a there's almost like a curtain draped over the top of it, but underneath it you see, um, like a stinger of a scorpion pop out every once in a while, or like this small little like clawed hand come in. Um, and you lift the curtain up a little bit, and inside, mm, Shang, you could roll me a history. See if you remember. Mm, history with disadvantage, and Luke, another Arcana check with advantage.
Yes.
Okay.
15.
This is a cage of imps.
Oh, sorry.
What the heck are those things?
Those are imps.
They're also known as the messengers of the spirit world.
They can be used as messengers, but on the whole, think of them kind of like me, but smaller and more vicious.
And you hear small little like not chittering, but like small little like gremlin style laughing.
Much more vicious.
Conniving little bastards. But that's just me.
Just kind of gnash my own teeth out. I just
Roll me an intimidation check.
20.
Nice. All right. You do so, and they all back away from the cage for a quick second, and they all kind of look at each other, look back at you, start snapping their teeth back at you, almost like trying to mock you.
It's kind of letting out like this low, like crocodile growl sound.
From from around you, uh, uh, you hear a loud roar happen, and it almost sounds like everything else around you stopped for a second as this roar happens. Um, Shane, you heard this just the other day. That was the roar of the manticore.
Manticore, manticore, manticore.
13.
You hear the roar
Shang,
of it.
I am hiding behind you.
That's not okay. And the manticore is in this tent?
No, it's just loud enough where you could hear it inside this tent over everything else.
Oh, okay. He's gonna leave the tent and find out what is going on with the manticore.
Okay.
What's all that about?
As you leave the tent, we're actually gonna take a break there.
Great, I gotta pee.
Do it.
I'm doing it. I'm going to go do it. I'm not doing it. Shut up.
Go take a flaming piss.
That off. Let's turn this back on. All right, chat. Look, I will be right back as well. Girls are gonna go to bed.
Oh, okay. Well then, I guess I will open up chat and see what chat is doing. Hello, chat. Hey, Geared. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was allowed to talk about this, but Chavi and I have been planning this crossover for like the better part of a couple of weeks now. Probably longer than that actually. I have no sense of time. So yeah, that's Mike totally called it. That was why I was here, relatively on time. I kind of wish Chavez had the Pokemon overlay thing in his Twitch, so I could play Pokemon. But then I would probably get distracted during the stream.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. So you were not at all surprised to see me?
No.
Yeah.
I figured the nature of you guys talking yesterday may have been a reason to believe.
Garsp.
You know.
Yeah.
And the fact that you popped on at exactly the time that we were starting.
Well, I would have watched your one shot anyway.
I guess that's true.
Like, I'm pretty sure I watched the yeah, I'm pretty sure I watched you guys' session 0.
Oh. Who's messaging me?
I need to plug in my phone. Why are you not the charge? I told you to be the charge.
I heard a rumor about manticores. Is that they'll steal your girlfriend in the night, and then they'll steal your soul, and then they'll have a threesome with them both, because that's just how they roll.
I'm
Mhm.
back?
That is canon. Yes, actually.
Okay.
I believe that was lore that was introduced in 8th edition.
Ah, good. Okay,
8.17 to be specific.
gotcha.
What? What did I just come back to?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Don't fucking worry about it.
Don't fucking worry about it, all right? You'll
It's
just
just a
stand there and look
manticore.
pretty.
It's just what a manticore, having a devil's three-way with your soul and your goyle.
Yeah.
Dear God. All right.
Don't forget to do the Eiffel Tower. You got a high five.
God. All right. You guys good to keep going?
Yep.
I want to take a bite of pizza real quick, but yeah.
No, you must
So-
shovel that in and eat all of it at once. I'll go for it. Give you a chance to eat. All right. Hi, chat. How you doing tonight?
This music is too much for me. It's too jaunty.
Yeah. I really wish I was able to throw Dietrich's new song in here, but I don't know why it's not letting me. Because like, Kevin's got like 9-minute long clips, but Dietrich's is like, I think like 4 minutes long or something. And even when it's compressed, Roll20 doesn't like it.
Well, that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Like, I think I found the one that you were talking about too. Like, this.
The new chapter or whatever.
Yeah, that one. Like, as soon as I hit it, I was like, "Oh, this would work so well,
Yeah.
especially for this setting."
Good shit.
Mhm.
Good shit, D.
Yeah. Respect. Oh dear God! Did you see the picture that Garrett put up? His contraption's gotten worse with the wires.
Oh, God.
Uh,
That's a death trap right
it,
there.
it is. Geared, you know what? No, I'm not gonna say it. So for anyone that's wondering what we're talking about, Mike here has got the Direwolf 20 mod pack on a server that we're using. And Geared is using, oh crap, was it the
Immersive engineering.
yes, which basically he needs to make a bunch of like power lines and stuff like that, and the little area that he's got where all his power starts has just got like 10 different wires that come across it, and you touch it and you basically die whenever you touch it.
It depends on which voltage wire it is.
Yeah. And yeah, he put a picture in the Discord showing the fuckery that is his power sources. All right. Well, Luke, while you're scarfing food down, I'm gonna let you do that, but we're gonna get back to it.
I'm here.
Scarf.
Yeah.
Unpopular opinion: cashews on pizza is amazing.
Cashews.
Cashews.
Cat shoes.
Yeah, they get all buttery and soft.
Huh.
Did you know that cashews come from a fruit?
Mm-hmm. And the rest of the fruit is toxic unless you ferment it into wine.
Ah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't tell Rinzu. He'll probably try to make it into a tea
With his toes.
with his toe.
God. All right. All right. So getting back to it. Shane, you wanted to go and find the Manticore and see what's up.
Yep.
All right. So doing so, you it takes you a little bit to make it around the crowd and all the tents and stuff like that. And you come across, well, nothing else but tents. You come across another tent. This one's a bigger one. This one's almost the size of the oh crap, what was it? The main circus tent that you guys were in at the in the actual circus itself when you were in Boston City.
Well, it'd have to be. There's a manticore inside.
um and
Does he appear to be kneeling in prayer? I just want to know if he's a praying manticore.
Oh my god.
God. Um but you step inside.
Yep.
All right. So inside, the first things that you see are the Manticore is dead center, and it's doesn't look like it's happy. Um, I mean, any animal that you can assume that any animal that they're breaking in isn't happy.
Yeah.
But you see the ringleader and a few of his men just standing around it. They don't have any weaponry or anything on them. They just kind of look like they're staring at it and murmuring back and forth. And kind of circling around the Manticore and looking at it here and there, like getting kind of close. You see Tien get close. The Manticore wiggles quickly, kind of jolting to whatever side she's on. Almost look like it's trying to defend itself or keep something away. Um, if you want to roll a insight check, you could try and figure out what they're doing.
Insight. And
Okay. Well, it doesn't look like they're harming it. It looks like they're actually trying to figure out why it's freaking out so much. It
Jang's gonna look around for Lila.
okay. Give me a perception check.
12.
Yeah, you don't see her. You don't see anything. You you get the slight breeze, but it's the slight breeze that you've been feeling. Just like the warm air just kind of moving around.
He's gonna walk up to the what's her name? What was
Leanne.
Yeah. Wait, did you say
Lian. Or
Leanne, or who are you calling Tien?
oh, sorry, Tien. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Tien.
Yeah, he'll walk up kind of to her. What's the matter with it?
We don't know. We brought it back. We brought it back to the camp with us, and it's been just freaking out ever since we got back. It was fine when we were in the city, and when we were traveling here. It's just something's got her spooked.
Is it usually docile?
I mean, it is now. It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't in the beginning, but it is now. Was now. Usually, the she usually helps with us with setup, and now it seemed like she's trying to take everything down.
Okay. Can I don't know if this is a good idea or not. He's gonna. Well, first of all, I guess he's gonna do an insight on the manticore.
Okay. What?
See if he can
Okay.
follow its eyes or follow its line of sight and read its face to see if it can tell what it's like spooked by.
Okay. 18. All right. So when you see a cat or a dog that it their eyes are like super dilated and it's like its head is darting back and forth up and down like all over the place.
You got the zoomies?
The zoomies, but in a standoffish way.
And offish way.
Yeah, like its head isn't darting like snapping back and forth harsh. It's like it focuses on something and then head swivels to the other side, then like up in the air and then back over, and it'll stay on one solid direction for a good 4 or 5 seconds, and then switch to another object. Look at that for another few seconds. Swivel its head again. That kind of repeating that motion, and then whenever something kind of gets close, it snaps at that, and then back to what it was looking at. Hang on, let me look at here quick. Something is definitely agitating this creature, and it's not you or the circus people.
Where is my friend? Do I see him at all?
I'm still around. I'm still kind of like hunched behind you because this thing is like a natural predator where I come from.
Gotcha.
Okay. Actually, Luke, roll me a
Arcana?
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check.
Survival?
Okay.
Okay.
Actually, either Arcana or a Nature check.
Oh yeah, I guess we'll go with nature.
Okay.
23.
Damn.
I
Okay.
don't know why I have 7 at that.
Nature check. All right. So you're starting to feel this too. Something in the area is not right. It's not spiritual in a sense that it came from the spirit world. It's something is making you feel uneasy and almost like you're losing your footing.
It's like a repellent kind of feeling.
Yeah.
It's gonna like grip my biceps, just kind of like cross my arms across me, and just kind of shudder a little bit. Just, I don't like this feeling.
What feeling?
Like the ground is gonna start crumbling out from under you. I don't want to be here.
Shang's gonna get down on his knees and hands,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna like listen to the earth.
Okay.
I don't know what he's expecting to hear, but maybe tremors of some kind.
Roll a perception.
Natural 20.
Okay.
You hear the ground underneath you shifting,
I hear something shifting.
and it doesn't sound small.
Something's
Wait.
moving. Something big.
What?
He's gonna run to the ringleader.
Mm-hmm.
There's something underneath of us. Something big. That's what's spooking it. It's
Everyone,
moving.
stop moving. Stay still. And about like a good 45 seconds pass by, and the manticore calms down. Luke, the feeling passes.
Uh,
You're still uneasy the fact that happened, but it's not there anymore. Oh God.
yeah.
Why do those things have to be here?
What things?
Tiger sharks.
Oh.
If you want to roll a history or a nature check, you can.
He's not surprised. He's not surprised. Even if he's never heard of him before, just the fact that he said some weird combination of things, he's not surprised.
Just over here, like, no, neither of those things live in the desert.
No, go ahead. Roll me a. Oh crap! What was that? Nature or a history? Jang.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's try nature. 17.
Okay. You've heard them in passing. You've never seen one, because what you've heard in passing, that if you see one,
You won't see any more ever again.
yes. From word of mouth and from what text you've been able to kind of glean from them, these things are massive sand sharks. For comparison, its jaw is from end to end. Like if you're sitting with your fingers on your jaw from side to side, the distance from that is at least 30 feet. And
Wow.
that's usually like an adolescent, almost an adult size. Now the big one, supposedly, can almost double in size.
Why
And
would anyone choose to live in a place where something like that exists?
it
Do people live out here? I thought we just had to get through it.
well, we're the closest things to living out here. We usually pass through here without it finding us.
Oh, came pretty close.
Oh God, that hurt. Hang on, give me a second.
Don't die.
Try not to.
Don't do it.
It was that burp that shot up the back of my nose.
If you die, I'll resurrect you and kill you myself.
Do you have a diamond worth 50,000 gold?
I might.
Remember our last crusade?
If it came that close, we need to get out of the desert. We can't spend much time here.
I'd say. Then Shang's like, damn it. I need to be here, though. I need to go north so I can meet my friends.
All right, everyone. And the ringleader turns to everyone else. All right, we need to pack up. Be out by morning.
The tiefling just folds his arms and glares at the ringleader. Oh no, maybe we could totally stay. Maybe some of us should like start taking up belly dancing or something, like away from the rest of the group. No hints.
He just kind of glares, squints his eyes a little bit, adjusts his head to look at you, Shang. What's your name? Sorry, well, what was your name?
It's Shang.
Shang.
Like I said, I'm a nobody.
Roll me a deception check.
Well, Shang is a nobody. Wu Shang is a somebody.
Yeah, I mean you're. Oh, okay.
Well, it's a 20 either way.
Beat
I
him
don't know.
out
I
by-
feel like Wu Shang's done some shit by now too.
you beat him out by 1. But,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shang. Okay. Well, we can't offer you much, but I could. We have a sled if you want to try it. If you want to use that to get back home.
Well, it's better than nothing.
You men, go pull out a sled. Put it at the. Get him ready to go home. We'll give you some supplies to make it through.
Maybe some clothes that can help me better survive the sands.
We'll see what we can do. Fortunately, it's not much. I do have to watch out for my people, but if you ration your food and water, you should be able to make it to the edge of the desert. We could probably get some clothes together for you as well. We'll get what we can. We'll give you what we can. Sorry, that was my slip up. All right, everyone, start packing up. We need to go. And he turns. He looks to Tien. They look at each other for a quick second. They don't say anything, and then the ringleader walks away.
I guess until his supplies are provided, he'll, I guess, help however he can.
Okay.
Oh my god, everyone's screaming.
I heard that too. Roll me an athletics check with advantage, and this will just be like This will just determine how helpful you actually are across the board. Okay.
14.
I mean, the lifting and the pushing and stuff, you're fine with doing. They drop some like the rope down, and you kind of collect that up. When it comes to like the animal stuff, they tend to keep you away from that, and they have their own people to work on those.
Yeah.
And over the course, they're very quick and very meticulous about how they do this. It's almost baffling on how fast they could set up and take down a camp, because it takes like 3 hours to get everything cleared up.
Wow.
At this point, the sun is starting to go down. The the night cool air is starting to creep in. Um, and the uh sorry, Tien comes out with some new 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 desert clothes.
Yay.
And she approaches. Here, this is what we can give you. Here, follow me. Your sled's over here.
Oh, okay.
Proceeds to walk to like the edge of the quote unquote circus camp.
Mhm.
And mm, it's the same kind of sled that you would see in the show. The two almost canoe kind of things with the boards on top of it.
Mhm.
They've kind of redid the front of it, so it's not you don't need to use wind to propel it. It's actually got more of a it's like a fan. You like a hand cranked fan
Ah, I see.
attached to the front. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Um.
Nice.
Inside. So, on the platform, between the two canoes or the canoe tape parts, there's a box, probably big enough for 3 people max to be able to lay down across it. You get the sense that it's meant for sleeping. Like if you need to actually take a long rest or short rest, something like that, this is where you do it, and to help protect you from the sun, get you off the ground. It's it's basically where you'd sleep. It's got a little bit of a section to hold like food and small supplies.
Gotcha.
Um, they give you about, or at least first glance, you see about like 3 days worth of supply of rations. So food, water. Um, there's there's a compass on it, but it's beaten to shit.
Mhm. Great.
Sorry, it's the only one that we were able to spare. But we did point you in the direction of the city. If you just keep going mostly straight, you should come across Full Moon Bay.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you.
yeah. Um, sorry for the from what he said, the misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Uh, just from behind you, we gotta go. Oh, yeah. 1 second. Well, it's been interesting.
Yeah. Sorry I couldn't have been more help with the cages and stuff.
It roll me an insight check. Like,
Huh? What'd you say?
roll me an insight.
Insight. 4.
Okay.
Can I have Shang roll an intelligence check, knowing what, piecing together the fact that she like what she did with the lock or the cage, like leaving it open and whatnot, that she might be the one who's sabotaging the cages.
Okay.
Nope. That ain't happening.
She comes to you and she actually goes in for a handshake.
He'll shake back.
Okay. Roll me an Arcana check.
Uh-oh. 15
She is way more than she appears.
appears to be.
Yes. You grab her hand and you get the same kind of presence that you got off of Doros.
Oh,
And she lets go and she begins to walk away.
wait.
What?
Are you? He looks around, like he wants to make sure no one's listening.
Okay, hang on. No, you're good. No one is paying attention.
Are you? Are you a friend of Doros?
She does like a half turn with her head, looks at you, smiles, and walks away.
Oh, I know where she is at least. Well, damn.
As she walks away, that gust of wind is gone. You do not feel that gust of wind whatsoever now. With that 15, I'll give this to you. She controls the air.
Interesting.
Roll me a history check as well. One last one.
Be one of these 18, one of these spirits who control elements that you were talking about.
Yeah, well, she is a so that history check isn't for that one. With the Arcana check, she is the one of the air turtles.
Gotcha.
With that history check, she is also the same girl that you saw joust against Gia.
Against Gia?
Yeah.
That wasn't a fair fight.
Nope.
Fuck. Luke, I'm so sorry.
I know. I should have been able to beat a turtle.
All right. Well, they're still kind of packing things up and attaching things to their beetles, but you are left with your sled in front of you.
All right. Well, he's gonna just kind of just look around as they're finishing up getting all their stuff, and he's gonna look to his friend.
You don't see him anymore.
He's just gone.
Yeah. Well, you get the feeling that he was probably with everyone else packing up.
Gotcha. What a strange day. And he's gonna get on this. He's gonna get on the thing.
All right, so you
Get
get
on
on
the
the
sled.
thing
Yep.
and start and basically shove off. All right.
Yep.
Um, as you're sitting there looking at it, about to start cranking the fan, this massive gust of wind pushes your sled forward,
Whoa.
and you are launched like a fucking rocket northward into the further into the desert. And as you do so, the sight of the circus begins to fade from behind you, and I need you to roll me a survival check. Actually, roll me 2 survival checks.
1, a 2,
Okay.
21, and 9.
All right. So you are flying through the desert for the first day, and from what you can tell, it has been smooth sailing as far as you possibly can go. And that gust of wind sent you far. You've barely had to even crank the fan on this thing. Um, and as the day starts to die down, you stop. Well, the wind is no longer with you at the end of the first day. It is stopped.
Mhm.
It is stopped and started to fade. And it's about the time. It is nighttime. You're probably gonna want to take a rest. And the following morning, you start back up. The winds have died down. Nothing's really happening, and you get the feeling the fan's still gonna be the best way to really get going. And it's not the greatest of fans. It gets you going, but at like a slower pace. It's just a little bit faster than if you were to try and just run. But still, yeah. Instead of running 5 miles an hour consistently and burning yourself out, you're using the fan to go 7 miles an hour. And
Yeah.
yeah, so you are still moving. Um, and as you're moving, you're roll me a dexterity save.
Dexterity. Getting my arm workout in today, boys.
Mm-hmm. Also, as you're sitting there, you're cranking and you're cranking, and from underneath your, oh, hang on. So I should probably turn off the carnival sounds.
Mhm.
Turn that one up. As you're cranking and cranking, the back part of your sled flies up in the air, and you are thrown off the sled.
Ah.
As breaching from underneath the sand is a fin. This massive, massive fin. And
How far away is it?
oh, it took you up in the air. By the time you hit the ground, you're probably, oh god, hang on. You were launched probably like 15, 20 feet.
Wee.
You specifically weren't launched up, so you're not going to take fall damage. You were launched out.
Well, dang.
And as everything comes down to the ground, you stay still for a second, or for a couple seconds, as the fin dives back down underneath the sand, and those tremors that you're feeling get further and further away. Stop, or they don't stop in their tracks. They just get to the point where you no longer feel them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, How do you want to proceed? You're
Well, first, he's just gonna exhale a sigh of relief. First of all,
Mm.
uh, he's gonna kind of look around to see where if he lost his heading. He was like thrown off course. If there's something that he's able to look at to determine which way he needs to go.
okay. Roll me a investigation check. I'm gonna say this is scavenging the wreckage. Okay. So while you're investigating, you find the compass. It's still beating to shit, but it's pointed northwestish. Um, it's still it's still pointing in the general north direction, which is the direction that they told you to go to get back to the city, and it's just northwest. So your heading is still mostly on track. Um, and out from the rubble and the wreckage, a familiar sighting of a particular tiefling is crawls his way out from what was one of the canoes.
You what? Are you all right?
Please don't be mad. I was stowing away.
Oh, I'm not mad. Why did you hide from me?
You just seemed like the best chance I had. I didn't want to ruin it.
Okay.
What happened? We get hit by a wind spirit or something?
One of the sharks.
Those don't live here. They like cold and usually wet places.
God,
The tiger, the sand shark.
it's a tiger shark.
That's weird. You live in a weird place. Did you know that?
Yeah, every day I'm reminded of this.
All right. Well, is there anything I can do to help?
He looks at the sled. Is it like fucked?
It's fucked. It looks like it's been. It looks like a grenade went off directly underneath it.
Well, shit. Well, I don't know if that's. I think that's busted. I don't know if there's any salvaging that.
Okay. Get in.
What?
Get in the canoe.
Wait,
I'll
what do you-
drag it across the desert.
That's. Why would you do that? I can just walk.
He just taps his legs against the ground, his big muscular ostrich legs.
Kind of what they're built for.
Where are we even going? Where do you want to go?
I don't know. I don't know anywhere around here. I was kind of hoping you'd tell me where to go.
Well, I know my friends wanted to go to the library, but I'm not sure exactly where that is in the desert.
Just starts like picking up ropes and stuff and like tying them to his waist.
Oh, yeah? What's a library?
Do you know what a book is?
No.
Do you know what reading is?
God?
I mean, yeah.
I don't imagine we do a lot of it in the spirit world.
I mean, you don't do a whole lot of it, but I mean, there are that random text here and there. Usually, like if sometimes it's passed down from other people, like recipes and shit like that. Sometimes it's notes left behind, like not scavenging, but excavating kind of stuff. Um, explorer notes, random stuff like that. Um,
Yeah, I know my letters, most of them.
roll a Arcana or a History check.
I think they're probably, yeah, they're about the same. Let's go with Arcana. We've had luck with that.
There
They're
is
easy.
a library of knowledge that passes between that. Yeah, that passes across the spirit plane. It doesn't stay in one place. It does move often. Um, the curator you would know is Wan Ching Chong.
Is it like a spirit library? Does it like move?
I
You would have no idea.
I don't know. I just know it's in the desert.
Hmm. If it's the library I'm thinking of, that might be my way home.
It's possible, I suppose.
Hmm. All right, human. Well, I'll tow you in this wooden boat thing, and you point the direction, and hopefully it'll get us across this desert faster.
Hmm. I guess we go north,
All right.
and
The
he'll get in.
Yep. Kind of like pick up as many of the rations will fit in the boat as well, like whatever's not completely destroyed by sand.
That's not good. Um, you get an extra day's worth of rations, or one of those days worth of rations. That water is evaporated, so you've only got the
So,
food.
all right.
All right.
Uh,
Um,
yeah, I'm going to be using the full extent of my mobility to haul Shang across the desert.
okay. Luke, roll me athletics. Shang, roll me survival for navigation.
Survival.
Is that 19?
14.
Okay. Um. So, Luke, you just start hauling ass.
Hauling ass.
It's like cartoony. I'm just like charging across this desert.
Mm-hmm. Um, Shang, it's weird having another person run as fast as they are while pulling you, and it not being either the ostrich horse or Naga or even being on the ship. This is a very weird
Or
feeling.
even being me running really fast.
Yes, or even being you run really fast. It's a very weird feeling, but it's getting the job done. Um, the ropes after a while start to kind of wear into you, Luke, and every once in a while you gotta stop, kind of readjust your clothing so that, like, the rope isn't directly on your skin. And
And whenever we stop, Shang will like try to look around and see if he can see anything.
okay, um, roll me a general perception check. Both of you guys can if you want.
18.
13.
All right.
Are we there yet?
I don't think so, but we should rest for a little bit.
In the distance, you do see a cluster of rocks, or what you can assume is rocks.
Do I see buzzard wasps flying around these rocks?
No, you not see that.
Okay.
You don't see buzzard rock. These, for reference to the show, these aren't rocks as tall as that. These are more
Okay.
like these are more like maybe a half story tall. Definitely ones where when the sun's in the right spot, it gives a good amount, a bit of shade.
Maybe we should head towards that. Get some
Okay.
shade.
Sounds good. I'm up for one more leg.
It's
All
not
right.
far either. Like it at your speed, Luke, it takes you like maybe 5 minutes to get from where you're at to where those are.
Meow.
Yep. And you get to it. Luke, you are tired. You are physically tired. You've probably been running for like with the stopping and catching your breath, you've probably been running for like a good few hours.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Meep meep.
um, so you guys stop off and oh sorry. Roll me other perception check. Actually, both of you roll me a perception.
16.
Okay.
Double 16.
Nice.
Not that really means anything.
21. It's a nat 20.
He sees everything.
Nat
He
20.
sees everything.
So you guys kind of wander around these rocks, and there's a handful of them. They're kind of clustered here and there. Excuse me. And you make it what you can assume is like halfway in, and you start hearing Luke, you hear the sound of like ripping and tearing.
Oh.
And kind of like a clacking, like almost like a chittery clack.
Oh no, we're in doom.
Shang, you smell it decay.
Ooh. Something smells like it died.
I hear something. Sounds like maybe a predator.
I'm gonna pull out his swords.
Okay.
Gonna give you the puppy dog eyes.
Do you not have a weapon?
I mean, the ones attached to my legs.
He'll toss you one of his scimitars.
Much appreciated, friend.
All right. Both of you roll me a stealth check.
We're gonna we should stand back to back while we're looking around.
Yep.
For sure. 26.
Nice.
22.
So you guys get up and close to this one boulder, and slowly you kind of inch your way around the side of it, and from around the corner you see this large insectoid creature up on its back legs, kind of hunched over. From what you can tell, it looks like a carcass, and it is ripping and tearing parts off of it. If either one of you want to make me a nature check to determine if you know what this is.
It's a buzzard wasp, isn't it?
A
17.
9.
Shang, as you're peering around the corner, you recognize the body and shape of an Umber Hulk.
Oh my god.
It's a little scarier though.
Son of a bitch.
And there's more clacking going on when this thing isn't moving. And you hang on. Let me do this. Where are shapes? Where are shapes? Okay.
A map.
Mm-hmm. I need to make sure I gave you guys. Oh, wrong one. I'll let you guys place your characters inside that box. Let me make sure I gave you. There you go. You guys should both have permissions for your characters.
Yep.
Luke.
Where's the Umber Hulk?
Sorry, my page is freaking out a little bit.
Two
Oh,
emeralds.
okay. Fuck.
What were those double checks again?
Yeah, I'm essentially plastered to this rock. Like I am not.
Yep.
Perception checks for them. What is? Oh God, what's perception based off of? That's
Wisdom.
wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay, they have a 0 to their wisdom. So,
Yay.
okay. So lucky you both still pass. They don't notice you yet.
I would hope so. We're stealth gods.
Actually, hang on. So this one oh come on. This one directly in front of you is facing that way. This one's actually getting an advantage because you're in its line of sight. So one second. Nope, that still doesn't pass. Okay. So you still hear just the gnashing and the sound of them just tearing into this body. Let me adjust the map a little bit. There we go. And this is where I'm gonna need you guys to roll me initiative.
19. 20.
Mm.
This one's got a. Oh, come on. Two. Number one got a 4. All right, so first up in initiative is Luke. You got 20.
But we're not in combat yet, are we?
No. If they see you, you will be.
Well, yeah, but I don't think
Okay.
the intention here is to be seen by them.
I'm just gonna lean into Shang like as much as possible and just be like, "Oh, what do we do?"
I think we go the opposite direction of where they are.
puts a thumbs up. I think it's time for a little spirit magic.
Okay.
That's cool.
I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy.
Okay. What are you doing
And
with it?
I am basically going to let me see here. Yeah, that works. I am going to start knocking on this rock here, but my eyes will start glowing with a kind of like swirling red and blue kind of light. And then this rock
Your
over here,
your thing isn't pinging. Oh, there we go.
yeah, this rock over here
Uh-huh.
will start will start making sound like um oh, I don't know. It'll start making some like animal sounds, like what like something I would have heard from the circus, like
Okay.
I don't know.
Manticore roar.
Well, no, because I want to get their attention. I don't want to scare them away. And I don't think I can do that. Um,
Okay.
like a chicken pig, one of those things from Avatar, like
Okay.
something that sounds delicious.
All right. Roll me a deception or a persuasion. Actually, no. Roll a deception.
Deception.
Disgrace.
Okay.
That is a 10 flat.
10 out of 10.
All right. So the first, what color is that? I actually have different colors that I need to make sure I, nice. And then this one's gonna be the. Okay. So a 10. The first Umber Hulk fails. So this one here looks up and looks over at the rock and moves at it. It's for the sake of the how the map works. It's touching the rock. It's just gonna kind of overlap it.
Okay.
So it's
All right.
touching
Well,
the
that
rock, and it's like, what the fuck? How? And it goes in to try and like claw it a little bit, and like it almost looks like it's trying to gnaw on the rock, thinking that it's a chicken pig.
It sounds like it's delicious, but it doesn't taste like it's delicious. What's going on?
Oh, it tastes
doesn't
like
matter what he does.
rock and grit. What? This isn't. It's in. Oh god, it's in my mouth.
Well, it doesn't matter what he does. That rock is going to keep oinking for a minute. So.
Okay. And this one here stands up and looks at his buddy. You can't see it from with his back turned to you, but you get the feeling that its head is tilted, and it gives that impression of like, what the fuck? And it starts to look around. And
No one knows what a disappointed Umber Hulk looks like because of their effect.
yep. And it starts to look around, and I need Shane to give me another stealth check.
$15.
Oh, it beat you out by 1.
I'm behind the rock though.
Umbrella Hulks have this special thing called tremor sense.
I'm not moving.
No, but it's from where you're at. I mean, there's not a whole lot of for you to be able to hide behind. You're more like up against the rock. It moves this way.
Well, it's still my turn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
Um, what? What is it? Not that. Is the cunning action? Yes, bonus action dash.
Okay.
Ah, you're a rogue.
So I'll go there, and then yeah, like just get the fuck out of here.
Okay. So for the sake of it, I'm gonna assume you're getting off the map.
Yeah.
Okay. You got more? Or is that the end of your turn?
No, that'll be it.
Okay. Shane, you're up.
Glory for the Fire Nation! No. He's also gonna get the fuck out of there.
Oh, I need both of you guys. You can still do that. I just don't. I need you guys to roll me stealth checks
I just rolled one.
for something else.
26.
11. I
Okay.
also rolled a 26.
Alright.
But no. Okay. I mean, I can catch up with you without even having to take a dash action.
So
I'm
you
gonna do that.
you get off the map too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ain't fucking around with that.
All right.
Maybe if the squad was here.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. So you guys hightail it back out of there. There are no other rocks in any visible sight from where you're at. It is all open desert from here.
Oh, that was a bust.
Well, back in the canoe.
Yes, so. Are you okay to keep going? I can walk for a while.
Me. This guy gives a little salute.
So I tell you left that canoe at the beginning of the rocks.
Damn. I was hoping we could snag it on the way out.
All right, well, I guess we're heading, we're gonna head a little more easterly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And get around them.
How far east do you want to go? Enough to where it's like out of sight, enough to where you can still keep it in sight, and like how do you want to do it?
Like enough to like that I'm barely still seeing it.
Okay. All right, so you guys get a fair distance away. And it's first off, I'm gonna need you to write off a ration.
Yep.
I'm assuming there's no outlandish resources here.
Not unless you want to go kill those Umbra Hulks. But yeah, unfortunately, no. There's no real resources that you can gather out here.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
Oh no, do you think we can take them?
I mean, do I know what those things are?
Hang on 1 second, Luke. You're getting a little staticky.
Oh, I don't know what to do about that.
That's
You're good.
whatever you just did is better.
Okay. Yeah. So do I know what those things are? Like, do I know what they can do?
What they can do? Well, nature check.
Nature. 13. Probably not.
Um, they can hit hard.
I
I mean, they look
mean,
like big guys.
that's reason enough right there to not go fuck with them.
Yeah.
You know that they do
Maybe
a,
if we can get them one at a
two.
time.
You know that they do a 2d8 plus 5 slashing damage by their mandible.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no thanks.
I don't know if I'm feeling up to fighting Bugman.
Yeah. Maybe if we get them on their own, but two of them, I don't think so.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know if they're very good eats.
I know your bug meat is high in protein.
What's protein?
It's the stuff that goes into your body that makes your muscles get big.
Oh.
You're getting a little staticky again there, Luke.
Dang it, Becky.
Dang it. Okay.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
All right.
He's okay.
We trudge through the desert.
Yep. In a northeasterly fashion.
All right. So you trudge on for a day, and night sets in. You hunker down as best you can. There's not a whole lot for you to really protect yourself from the elements unless you got a tent.
I don't have a tent, but we do have sand, and I have fire. We can crystallize ourselves a little cave.
Roll me a dexterity. Let's see how well that one really works.
Or at least a little hole that we can... 14.
Okay. So you do that. You do kind of... You don't control the heat long enough to really turn it into glass, but you do kind of make almost like a makeshift solidy bowl for you guys to kind of get in. So it gets you just below like the main surface of the sand, so not everything's gonna hit you right in the face.
Cool.
And you go down to, you guys try and sleep.
Yeah. Hey.
Should we do
Oh my-
shifts? I don't know how needed that is, but
I'll tell you this, even unless you guys royally fuck up somehow in the night, for this I won't throw anything at you.
okay.
Yeah, I don't think we have enough people to make that work.
Yeah, you also need, I think, like at least 3 or 4 people to really make a full night shift work without you guys getting fucked over.
Gotcha.
You will, on the other hand, take a point of exhaustion for the next day because it is not an easy sleep. No, wait, stop it. I don't need you up right now.
What if
I
we
think
cuddle?
that's a constitution check there, sir.
For rest? No. If you don't get good sleep or good rest, that's still a point of exhaustion.
Yeah, but I think it's a constitution check to see how well I can sleep in a desert.
I mean, it's his call.
I don't think just giving me a point of exhaustion is called for if I can roll to withstand it.
You're through physical exhaustion? You've been in the desert for all day.
Yeah, but if I'm laying down to sleep right now.
In a bowl?
Yeah. Have you never slept in a bowl before?
In a
cozy.
bowl? In a bowl, yes. In a bowl out in the middle of the desert, not so much. The desert sleep is not something that people recommend.
I mean, yeah, but I also have desert clothes.
It doesn't really do a whole lot. It just, helps out with the heat.
I'd like to argue that I'm mostly a lizard. This should be comfortable to me.
Go ahead and roll your constitution, but you're going to have to roll it with disadvantage.
Well, at least that's something. There you go.
All right.
Wait, hold on. You're the lizard man.
You fucked me for the last time, boy. Oh wait, that was a Constitution, not a Constitution save. Yes.
That was still with disadvantage because of it being the desert.
Damn it, it's worse.
All right. Luke, you have a point of exhaustion. Shang, you are very sore and still very tired.
Well, I mean, I'm used to that.
The cold air that runs through the desert wasn't kind.
I mean, he'll constantly like heat up the bowl.
You're not getting a full night's sleep then.
That's fair. Okay.
You have a lizard devil man cuddling up to you, shivering constantly through the night.
No, get back here. You're my pillow.
I'm sorry. I'll die.
It's okay. I've got you.
All right. So, following day, you guys get up and roll me a. Actually, no, you still have the compass. Never mind. So the compass is still pointing northwards. And out in the distance, actually, both of you guys roll me a perception check.
Disadvantage, right?
Yep.
17.
6.
So, Luke, you're just hearing the wind flailing about and flowing past you. Shang, on with the sound of the wind, you hear the howls of what sounds like something being eaten alive, and it's coming from the direction of those rocks again. You get the feeling that those Umbra Hulks caught something new and are having.
Glad we're not over there.
With it. You guys keep trudging on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God! Why do they start at the ass?
Oh God. All right. Go ahead and write off another ration for this day.
Yep.
Luke, how many rations do you have?
That's a good question, Mega Man. I have 3 left.
Okay. Mike, how many rations does Shang have left?
I don't know if my count is correct. So I'm at 1, but I don't think I've properly restocked from when I was in town.
Okay. Hang on then. I'll. For the sake of you haven't been captured and taken to the circus, and then them giving you one, we'll see. You got 3 left
Okay.
on hand. Or
That is generous.
okay. As the day passes on, both you guys give me wisdom saves.
Wisdom. 16.
Okay.
That's a 10.
It could be a nat 20 if you want to be cool.
I would if you weren't in the middle of the desert.
Damn it.
The with
It's
there
okay.
nothing
Sorry, you just don't want to be cool. Fine.
with there not really being anything for you to like focus on and to keep your mind straight, the sand is starting to play tricks in your eyes and looks like mirage. Above game, it looks like there are mirages happening here and there. Like in the distance, it looks like there's a palm tree. And you get closer and fades. Off to the one side, it looks like a door, like well, not a door, but like a cathedral sized door frame with like a building attached to the backside of it, and like you can almost see through it to like the pews and stuff like that. You kind of wander that way, it fades away. It looks like there's a rock on the ground. You go to pick it up, it fades away.
Where the heck would Shang have seen a cathedral?
Well, it would have been something you probably would have seen in Ba Sing Se at some point. Just
Oh, okay.
not necessarily like a cathedral, but like a giant cathedral style building.
He just sees this very like future modern style building in the desert. Like, the hell is that?
Yeah.
Gets close and it's gone. The fuck?
You look off in the distance and you swear that dune moved.
Oh, great.
But the rest of your day passes on. You guys make it a little further. Roll me survival checks to keep on your path.
It's a 15.
Okay. So you guys,
Nat 20 if you want to be cool.
you're the one
Well,
holding
it'd be a
compass,
dis-
my friend.
That's fair.
And Luke has got disadvantage because of point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
You guys continue on. You're making your way northeast-ish. It kind of varies from northeast, northwest to straight north. The sand is playing tricks on you, so you think the dial's pointed one way, and you get a distance away and it's pointing a different way, so you readjust. And you guys, it gets to become night again. You gonna hunker down the same way?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know that we have much choice.
I can imagine Shang is fairly okay with being in hot climates.
The heat, not too bad. It's the cold that really gets you at night, and the fact that it's not really the mixture of the sand particulates and everything in the air with the heat waves actually coming off the sand are what causes the mirages that happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, Shang has inner fire that he learned at 5th level, so he has resistance to cold damage.
I mean, it's still cold.
You just spark up my inner fire.
Yeah,
get a little bit of resistance to the cold.
You're for a full night, you're gonna have to concentrate on that, which isn't gonna give you a full night's rest to keep yourself warm entirely.
You're really trying to give me exhaustion, aren't you?
No. But since you pushed for it last time, go ahead and both of you guys roll ahead and roll me a Constitution check. Or save, I mean.
19.
All right.
Uh-oh.
That's a 6.
No.
You wake up the following morning and have another point of exhaustion, my friend.
What's the max?
5.
Okay.
I think 2 is the one that cuts your movement speed in half.
Yeah.
just kind of like just wake up and just like don't even get out of the bowl this morning. Just like, hey, human.
Yeah.
If I die and this place cooks me to death, please don't eat me. Maybe just a tail.
I don't think I would want to do that.
Just reaches his hand out and puts it on your shoulder. You're a good man.
What's your name?
My name is Nash.
Nash. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
that
Shang.
thing monsters do with their teeth.
Nice.
As you guys are sitting here having this touching moment from above the bowl, peering down at you, this small little cat. Shane, you would recognize this cat.
Kitty.
You fed it about, oh god, it's been like what, 3 weeks since you last saw it? Something like that? And it's just
Hey,
changing.
Shang.
Oh, go for it.
Is that food?
No, it's a spirit.
Oh, is it? Hey, bud.
And
Hello.
it descends into the bowl with you and begins to sniff at Nash, and then goes and starts sniffing at Shang. And looks at you, Nash, right in the eyes, and bows its head.
Fancy.
I'm sorry. I can't extend the same courtesy.
If you want to, actually, roll an insight check with advantage. Nash.
Sure.
I can't extend the same courtesy. I'm currently dying.
All right.
It's 18.
Cat bows its head and looks to Shang. Shang, this is gonna be an odd question. Where are your hands?
Where are my hands?
Yes.
Down my pants on his crotch. Yep, straight up. No. He's just out in front of him.
All right.
He's probably like in a squat, like a kneel on his knees position, like sitting on his heels.
All right. The cat comes up to you and places its head in your palm, the same palm that you held that fish out in. And as it does so, Nash, you become incorporeal and begin to fade away.
The fuck?
And Shang, your palm begins to glow. And as Nash begins to fade away, he fades into
Obscurity.
Well, the best I could describe into like particulates. And flow towards you into your palm.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Shang.
What? What? What just happened?
The cat raises its head from your palm, licks it, looks at you with these glowing eyes. And all your strength comes back to you.
All my strength comes back to me. The strength I never lost because I have great constitution.
All Alright, fine, I'll take it that way. All the burn that you'd feel from the heat, just general heat, fades away. You feel as if you're back in the city. Everything feels tempered. Everything feels fine. You don't feel like you've even been walking that much. Any of the soreness that was in your legs is gone. For a split second, even the scar on your back feels like it's not there anymore.
What is this?
And the cat turns away and leaps out of the bowl and stares back at you.
You want me to follow?
Nods its head.
Okay. Yo, get up and follow.
All right, you walk out of the bowl and you follow this cat, and it doesn't even feel like you're following it that long. But when you finally stop and realize that those rocks that were out in the distance, that the sounds that were coming over the wind is gone and has been gone for a while. You feel like you've been walking for like 15 minutes, but in your head you're like, no, I've been walking for like hours.
Mm-hmm.
And as you begin to realize that, you're just kind of given that like almost like a blank stare, and you look up at the cat. There's a door frame sitting there.
Whoa. Where did that come from?
And that's where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Dang. Mysterious door in the desert.
Yep. All right.
I hope that's the library and nothing else ominous.
No, it's just the door frame.
I can't believe I'm Namekian fused with Shang.
Dude, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. What comes of that, we will find out next time Shang is a session.
Am I like fucking, do I have like the ability to like to smuggle spirits now in my palm?
For your final roll, if you want to, you can roll a Arcana check.
Okay. Ooh,
Jesus.
double 20s.
Feelings this is a hindsight roll.
Hmm?
Nothing.
Hindsight is 2020.
Oh God, I just got that. Okay. You didn't realize until the very end, but something about Nash was very familiar.
Mom?
Like like incredibly familiar, as if it's a path that you didn't choose.
Oh my God. That happens a lot.
And
But I also often take you guys down paths as a player that you didn't choose. So
That's fair. So with that nat 20, you've been
no, it's not a nat. It's a nat.
or not nat 20, but it's still double 20 on both sides.
It's a flaccid 20.
Yeah. Victor did tell you that at some point in his life, he wasn't always a tiefling, and that he was originally he was a spirit of a firebender.
Okay.
You just met your spirit, buddy.
Weird.
Yep.
I'm you.
Why though? I don't get it.
All right.
Shrug.
All right. Well, that's that was nuts.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for us tonight, everyone. Thanks for being here. Mike, you want to start us off?
You can find me in my Discord channel where I play video games with my friends. Maybe eventually someday I'll be back on Twitch again at what the fuck is my name? The Great Starched
One.
Yeah, that one. That's the name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Previously Blake Toccato 23, changed to the Great Starched One because potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's me. Our late arrival, Luke. Not because you were late, but because story.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I am Luke, and I was the friends we made along the way.
But you were also me.
Yes, Shang was also the friends we made along the way.
You were the me that I met along the way.
And I am Wolfsbane1025. You can find me there. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, almost everywhere. Yeah. The rest of the campaign is up on YouTube. I do shit posting every once in a while on Twitter. I too play the video games on usually just through Discord. Don't really stream it too much. Yeah.
True story.
Yeah.
I see him there a lot.
Yeah.
And as a god, you make both the friends and the way.
Yeah.
But that's gonna do it for us tonight. Join us. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Oh, I love you.